Welcome back into our studio. Jon Champion, Robbie Earle, Tim Howard. Simple question, Robbie Earle. Who are those imposters in Manchester City shirts?
Well, it's interesting. The story, again, John, is another defeat for Manchester City, 1-1 in 12. The headline is Aston Villa dominating the champions. That's the headline. Outthought, outplayed, outfought in every department. And the best club manager in the world has now got a problem. A test, a different kind of test than he's used.
What, you mean he didn't have a problem before?
He has a bigger problem when Tim talks about a win today, gets you 30 points and gets you part of the conversation. They're flying down the league. You've just said they could end up 9th in the league at Christmas. That's incredible. And where we are now, John, is... I never played in teams as good as City with all the things, but some days in this league, you have to go back to basics. You have to say we're 4-4-2 or we're set structure, we keep a clean sheet and we give ourselves something to build on. Manchester City keep inverting Rico Lewis and keep the wide players high and those number 10s running on. And going the other way, they've got probably the most ineffective midfield in the league at the moment. I talked about it before, outrunning an area of the pitch that they used to dominate. He's got a lot of problems to solve out, and Pep, as great as he's been, has got to show now that he can be great when things aren't going so well.
You make a good point, and both of you played an awful lot of Premier League games in teams that maybe weren't as distinguished as Manchester City have been. But I don't remember Wimbledon, I don't remember Manchester United or Everton in your time being in free fall like this, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, just what Robbie's saying, it rings so true. I think about this team and I watch Pep Guardiola. I watch his body language after the game. He's physically having to lift his players off the pitch. I mean, this is an exercise in not just football management anymore. This is an exercise in terms of morale and confidence and egos. I mean, these players, you could see the Manchester City players. These are world-class, world-beating players. We know that as of not 10 years ago, as of 10 months ago. They're shattered. They're wounded. They're broken. They are. They just are. We can see it. It amazes me that they've fallen this far. And I think when you talk about the teams Robbie and I played on, and Robbie, you've made this point brilliantly a couple of times, this team has been designed to play one way, and they've played it better than any team in nearly the history of football. To ask them to do something different is an impossibility. And I'm just shocked that we're seeing this free fall.
Where does it stop?
Good question. It stops when the team forget about attacking, forget about goals, and say we're going to be difficult to play against more than anything. Forget about possession, forget about all the great things in the data and the analysis. Get back to we're going to be difficult to play against, we're not going to concede, and there's so much in that team that can go forward. But until they accept that, until the manager starts to put this across, the free fall continues.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.